Hi, in this video I will be talking about a few questions that were asked in a recent Indigo interview, and I found them out from a friend who recently cleared the interview. So congratulations to her and thank you so much for sharing so I can share it further with everybody else who needs to know. Now, without wasting any other time, the first question. The first question that was asked in the GD round was what would be a power that you would want to have and how will you use it? So that's a very clever question, and you can use your imagination to answer it absolutely anything. Now, they have never mentioned a power, right? They have just said what would be a power that you would have. Now, it could be a superpower like being invisible, being able to teleport, being able to fly, being able to read people's mind, and it could be something practical like political power or financial monetary power, right? So you can pick your category and answer according to it. I could actually build answers from anything. I could just say I would like to have a power to be able to read people's mind so that I know what they are thinking and I can always avoid conflict, always be able to handle situation because I already know what the other person is feeling about. And if I were to answer, let's say, something practical, so I would love to have political power and do well for the country. You can pick anything and answer anything, right? It's a very open field to build your answers to. Round 2 is always medicals, and that's where they check your height, weight, your scars, your BMI, and also your vision. They ask you a few questions, very easy ones based on your health, and that's round 2 for you. Round 3 is the personal interview, and this is where the HR and the candidate has a one-on-one conversation, and they are not trying to find the correct answer. They are just trying to see if you can speak well and you can hold a conversation. So my friend was asked a question that what have you studied, and she answered something on the lines of she studied science, and then in +2 she studied commerce. So her follow-up question was, why change of stream? Why did you change your stream? Now, like I said, it's the HR's way of having a conversation with you. So they will always ask you follow-up questions, and the questions can be based on your CV. They can be something very general also. Let's say, what's your favorite destination, or how many members in your family, who is your favorite, why are they your favorite? They're just trying to test you, and they're just trying to see if you can speak and you can have a good conversation. So my only advice for this round would be speak whatever question they ask you. Even if the answer is very simple, one-line answer, try to stretch it and speak for at least 1 or 2 minutes so that you give some content to the HR for them to evaluate you on based on that, right? So other than this question, she was also asked that if given 1 lakh rupees, how will you spend it in 12 hours? Now, it's a very good question, and they are trying to see how you use your brain, right? So just be real, just be realistic and answer what would you actually do if you had 1 lakh rupees and 12 hours to spend. So if I was asked this question, I would be very real, saying I would love to spend a good amount of it on my friends and my family, taking care of them and spoiling them, not just taking care of them, spoiling them a little bit, so that what I can't do on a regular basis and I had an opportunity of doing it, I would do that for them. And I would add to it that I would definitely put the money in good use for some good cause, something that I believe in, maybe for animal shelter or maybe for orphans, something that I actually believe in. I would not make stories up because, again, they might ask you a follow-up question. So just don't use random words or random ideas which you are not very well versed with, because then if they ask you a question and you can't answer, it becomes a little awkward, right? So pick your answers wisely and just be realistic. Just tell them, yeah, this is what I would do, and maybe the rest of the money I would invest so that I can use it later for something else. See, you can build answers. It's very easy, and they are not there. There is no correct answer. These questions do not have a correct answer. So you can always be a little tactical while framing your answer. Other than that, there are questions like how many interviews have you been to? They might ask you. So if you're a fresher, just tell them that I'm a fresher, this is my first interview. If you have already been to an interview, don't shy away. Tell them that I've been to 3 interviews or 5 interviews of this is my second interview, or this is my 10th interview. It's fine, you can tell them, right? So they can ask follow-up questions. If this is your 10th interview, why didn't you make all this 9th time, and how have you been different this 10th time? And you can answer them that how well prepared you have learned from every mistake that you've made in the previous interviews, and you've learned what have you learned, how have you improved. So yeah, build your answers according to the question, according to the situation, evaluate your situation, and then you will be good to go. And yeah, one more very simple question that they keep asking: why do you want to be in this line? Why do you choose this career? Why do you want to be a cabin crew? Okay, build that answer. Think about it. Prepare your answers before you go. Just don't think that you can answer everything on spot. There are questions that you have to answer on spot, but there are also questions which you can prepare, and you can go before you go to the interview, right? So that is it for today's video, and I hope it was useful. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. See you guys the next time. Bye bye.